Hey everybody, it's Justin with Need Lead Detailing, and today we're going to be replacing the pump on a pressure washer. The pressure washer in question is this. It's a gas, 3100 PSI, powered by Subaru Powerstroke EA190V. I've had this thing for probably 9 years. I only use it for pressure washing, say, concrete or anything outdoors. I don't use it for automotive purposes because it's just too high pressure and you can do some damage with it. So I choose not to do that. But here's what happened. I went to go use it. I was going to power wash the driveway and I noticed that there was some oil coming out from the pump. And so I'll show you where the issue was. Up in here, oil was kind of spewing out and there was some water coming out as well. I had to make a decision of whether I replace the entire pressure washer that has all kinds of hours on it or replace the pump. And so I opted to go ahead and replace the pump. And just so you know, the oil that was coming out of here smelled something awful, almost like a gear lube smell, if you smelled that before. Pretty pungent, and of course there's some water coming out as well, so now you have oil mixing with water, and I didn't want that getting anywhere, so I cleaned that up, stopped it, everything immediately before it could get out of hand. After doing some research, I found a pump that will fit, or it's supposed to fit anyways, and this is the pump. I got it on Amazon. It came overnight. I'm not down for long. This pump comes with some hardware, some screws, some bolts, some plastic shims for something. Don't know yet. And then there's the pump. First thing that I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and put something around the engine here to hold the engine in place, because once you remove the 3 screws, which are one here, one here, and there's one back there, right here. When you remove those 3 screws, that's all it's holding this entire assembly to this base right here. Now, I've got this set up on a platform, if you will. I don't know that I would recommend doing it this way, but I feel pretty confident that I'm not gonna tip it over, but you might want to do it a different way. For me, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way because I feel comfortable doing it this way. Without further ado, I'm gonna get some without further ado, I'm gonna get some tools together and let's go ahead and tear into this thing. For safety purposes, here's what I came up with. I have a strap. I'm gonna strap this whole thing down to this platform here. And so I hooked up underneath here. And then also on the other side, going over the engine, down over to here. And it's a ratchet strap. Now this thing isn't going anywhere, it's tied to the platform. Next thing we need to do, or you need to do if you're going to do this yourself, is get yourself a 12mm wrench or socket, and also a 13mm. 13mm goes on top, 12mm goes down below. We're going to attempt anyways to loosen this thing up. Alright, there's one. There's 2. And then the one on the back side here, that's the 3rd one. Second bolt. Then there's our 3rd bolt. Now, supposedly, I ought to be able to just push this thing down. It's held on by a keyway. Let me see if I can maybe get a little better angle here. It's hanging on by this shaft right here, which is supposed to be a 7/8 of an inch shaft. And as you can see, I'm just wiggling it. Comes right out. Here you can kind of see the back side of the pump. The water was coming out of right up in here. Looks like we might have a seal issue right there. I would say that's probably where the issue is. First thing we're going to do is get this out of our way. Here's the new pump. What we have to do is take the key right here out of this one. Should be able to squeeze and kind of pull it out. Oh, or I can just push it out. Here's the key. I'll wipe it down here. We're going to take this key. We're just going to place it in the slot here. Place it down in there. Pushed it as far back as I could that way. We need to make a decision if we're going to use these bolts or if we're going to use those bolts. And I'm going to opt for the original bolts because they're stainless and that's what I want to use. So we have our 3 bolts. First thing we're going to do is find out where the keyway is. The keyway happens to be right here. I'm going to spin this so that the keyway is as close to where the slot is on the shaft and align it. Okay, all I did was I aligned the key with the slot on the shaft. We're just going to remove this bolt and then it should give us enough clearance behind here to get the bolt in. What you need is a 10mm wrench. And I'm just going to start on the back side here. It might come off without having to hold it on the other side. Actually, finger pressure will probably do it. And I'm wrong. Let's try this. Now, this is loose, which should give us plenty of clearance to get that bolt back there. Then I just need to line up my bolt holes. Here's one right here. I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. Okay. Got the nut on top. So all this is pretty well accessible. It's kind of nice. So I'll just show you. There's the nut up there. Right there. There. Now that I have the plastic piece moved, I ought to be able to just push it forward and pull it, push it up. Yep. And then now the bolt is kind of captured and sitting on the plastic piece. I'll just go around to the side, slide this up into place. Okay, here's the third one. You can get your fingers back there easily. So I just spun it on, as you can see, right there. Now all we have to do is tighten up the 3 bolts using our 12 and 13mm. It's 13 on top, 12 on bottom. All we should have to do is snug them down. So I'm going to get them somewhat tight, and then I'll snug them down the rest of the way once they're semi-tight here. So for the third one, you're able to get the top wrench on without an issue. Now I'm going to snug them up the rest of the way. Those are all snug. Something interesting, I'm not sure why they did this. There's no cover on this right here. I don't know why. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the one from the old one. I'm also going to remove the stainless steel fittings I have on here. I try to use stainless on everything, that way nothing corrodes. I'm going to clean it out real quick, and then I'm going to put new pipe tape on the fitting up here. Now I'm going to put on some Teflon tape. And what this will do is help eliminate any kind of leaks from this area here. If you're like me, don't really much care for leaks. So go ahead and wrap it a few times. I call this pipe tape. You can call it Teflon tape. It's probably the more proper word for it. Then all we're going to do here is tighten it on right here. This fitting right here is for the pressure washer wand. The wand hose hooks up right here. And you should only have to hand tighten it. This one I recently put on, so the Teflon tape is actually still good. I'm going to try it just as it is. Doesn't even look like Teflon tape was doing anything, but it did seal it when I worked on it the last time. This is where you'd hook up for the soap container. I don't use the soap, but if you do use the soap, you'd want to take this. That comes with it. You'd route it from this point to down here. Since I'm not using it, I'm not doing anything with it. Just gonna leave it uncapped. That's the way it's been forever. At this point here, we should be ready to go. I'll hang on to these just for future, you know, if I end up wanting to use it. Here's the new pump. It's in place, it's mounted. I'll come back after I do a little research on this guy right here. I think this might be a pressure relief valve, would be my guess. You know, it's really pretty much a guess. And if it's not sealed behind there, I can see where maybe that could cause an issue with some of the internals. Once I figure out what the heck this is all about here, I will go ahead and come back and find a sleeve for it, see if I get the other sleeve out or leave it. I'll be back here in just a minute. I spoke with Yamatic and they said that there's no need to cover that. I'm gonna go with that. I'll keep you guys posted if there's any changes after I use this for a while. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this thing outside after I remove the straps. I'm gonna hook up a hose for suction from the soap over here over to up here, which would be the intake for the soap. I don't use the soap at all, but that way we at least cover these two areas so nothing gets in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that by just gonna push it in place. We'll make a cut right here. Then I'll just slide this on the other side here. Since I'm not using it, I don't care if there's a kink in it or not. I just want to cover the two sides, and so that's the easiest way to do it. Now we go outside. Okay, one more thing that I forgot to mention. Make sure you put this screw back in. Use the same Torx bit and use the same wrench that you used over here, socket. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hook up the water hose. On this water hose, I'm also using stainless. The stainless steel fitting, this really helps with corrosion when you want to remove and put it back together. You know, take it apart. This helps tremendously. That's it there. I didn't put stainless on this one here for the hose. Normally I don't even ever remove it, but I removed it so I could replace the pump. The other side over here is stainless, so I'm just gonna plug that in here. And then I have an on-off switch right here. So I just turn that on. Then I grab my hose in and I'm gonna see if water comes out. And it does. So it looks like I have a small leak right here. Yeah, I'll come back and reseal that here after I'm done. Now she's ready to fire up. It is electric start. They say you can start this thing without squeezing the trigger. We'll see if there's too much pressure. Yeah, works great. I'll tell you, that's the easiest it started in, oh, I don't know, probably 3 years. So far, so good. Pressure seems good. Don't see any issues with it. Should be just fine. If there happens to be any issues with it as I'm using this thing, I'll be sure to update. Either I'll make another video just kind of with that update, or I'll go into the comments and update that way. On that note, yeah, you too could replace your water pump. I'll see how long this thing lasts, see if it's worth the things like $57 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. On that note, I hope you guys have a great one. Yeah, hopefully this video gives you some value, and if it does, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That way it can get out to other people that could use this same information. And on that note, hope you have a good one, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.